Greetings, my name is Larry Spears Jr., and this is the leadership interview for Capstone 2 ORGL4361. I'm very excited today for I get a chance to talk with you about my journey, to talk with you about what I've learned and some of the things that I've been able to experience throughout the course, as well as to talk about the future and where I'm going after graduation. So let's get started with the first question, which is, who were you as a leader at the beginning of the applied major coursework? So what I could say about that is that I was a leader who was wanting more, that was wanting to make sure that I was doing as much as I possibly can for the people that I represent. I'm very honored and blessed to be the mayor of the city of Orange, Texas. And every day I get out and about and I talk with people. I listen to what's going on. I ask them about their, opinions on things to see how we can make the city better each and every day. And so in all of that, for the last 4 years serving as mayor, I felt that my heart was in the right place because I truly wanted to put people first. And most importantly, I wanted to put God first in all that I did. So before I got into this course, I was very genuine. I'm going to continue to be genuine, but I just feel that I was more of what I found out to be a servant leader because I never walked around town and acted like, oh, I'm a mayor or, I'm the leader of the city or anything like that. Instead, in my mind, I've always felt as if I am the servant of the people and that I'm here to find out the best way to make things better for not only for them, but for their children and for the future of our community. I've been involved in a lot of things for many years, coaching sports and kids, volunteering at the church, and just doing things that, were genuinely from the heart. And so before this course, I never thought that I knew everything that needed to be known, but I was very hungry to find out how I could better myself. So that's where I was as a leader at the beginning of the applied major coursework. Next, let's talk about what did you learn as you were completing each class? So this one is a very good question because for me, as I went through each and every course, it seems as if there were things that and I'm not saying this to brag, I'm saying this because it actually made me very proud that I found out that there were some things that I was operating in, and there were certain theories or concepts or behaviors, characteristics that I was operating in that I actually had no idea at the time that I was doing subconsciously. So starting off with like issues in organizational leadership, where we find out more about how leadership works and what it is and the different aspects of it and how, you can take the different approaches to leadership. I never, ever thought that what I was doing was actually something that was documented or something that I would be learning that I was already operating in. So I was actually very excited. Moving into data-driven decision-making. Now, the first one was one that I was kind of like, oh, wow, man, I'm not that good with numbers. And as I got into the class, I was very excited about it to learn, as well as with data-driven decision-making part 2. That one was probably the hardest and most scariest course of all the courses in this degree plan, because when I read the syllabus and saw how you had to take the raw data and to turn it into this chart and make a PowerPoint presentation and narrate it and things like that, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never done something like this. However, I'm not afraid to talk in front of people, especially with being the mayor of the city. But with throwing all that data and raw data into there and then finding ways to proliferate what exactly it meant and how it worked, that one was the one that was the scariest for me. The behavioral classes, the leadership theory, and all of those were very insightful because it gave you a background on how these theories and different concepts were created. And I tell you, it really opened my eyes to see things differently as far as the situational leadership or a contingent leadership, where personally for me, I feel that a leader should be adaptable and prepared to adjust to any situation, whether it be positive or inclement, on a daily basis, as we are walking in our positions of servitude to the communities or in as a position of servitude in a job or in a business, we have to ensure that we are handling the issues that the people have every day because they're human. This isn't like we're dealing with robots. It's not like we're just going in every day and handling situations based off of an automated system. These are people with real life issues that come up with COVID, as we faced in the last few years, where we live down here in Southeast Texas, in the city of Orange, Texas, hurricanes, tornadoes, things of that nature. So we're always constantly having to adjust and be adaptable to our situation and be ethical in making the decisions that are best, not only for that individual, but also for the group, the business organization, or for myself, the municipality involved. I'm the mayor of a city that's a little over 19,000 people. And so every day there is someone in my inbox and my email pulling up in the front yard that wants to talk, that wants to ask questions. One of the greatest things that I did learn from this class that I definitely will take away and will utilize and have started to implement is the active listening. A lot of times when people come to me with situations or, problems or issues, I definitely listen. I stop, I put my hands behind my back to take a comfortable position to let them see that I'm listening to them. However, as I was processing their issues and their concerns, a lot of times because I know the answer or because I know of what they're talking about, I was immediately processing, want to answer what they're asking about. I immediately wanted to give them a response or some type of solution. And what I realized is that by doing that, you actually miss out on one minute detail that could actually change the whole story, that could actually change the whole response or solution that you thought you were prepared to give. And so that is definitely one of the greatest things that I've learned. Of course, there's a million things that I've learned, but that one is one that I know that I need to work on personally because I don't want people to think that I'm just listening so I can hurry up and get rid of them and give them an answer. Like I want to hear what's going on to find out the full story so then we can then converse, brainstorm, and work together to fix the situation at hand. The next question is, who are you now as a leader? Well, I'll say that now as a leader, I definitely walk differently in my position. I definitely see things differently in my position because of the learnings that I've had. Now, when I see people, I've always done my best to be positive, to be a motivation to others. When I learned a lot about the servant leadership, immediately that is who I feel like I identified as because a lot of people say, man, what's it like to be the mayor of the city? Well, it's pretty cool at times, but most of the time, my job is to satisfy as much as possible 19,324 people. And I do it because I do it from the heart. I am very religious as a Christian. I believe in always putting Christ first in everything that I do. And I have a motto here that I have worked out and that I use every day, whether I'm visiting a school or a business or even at my real job, where I work at a local chemical company. I tell people we have three things that we do here. We put Christ first in all that we do. We love people where they are for who they are. And then we let God handle the rest. Now, some may hear this video or see it and say, well, there's no room for religion and politics. Well, that's the thing is that I'm not a politician. I'm a servant leader. And I want people to know that I'm here. I'm here to help. I'm here to listen. I want to work through this with you and that together we can figure out how to make things better than we ever imagined before. So who am I as a leader now? I think I'm a leader that's more focused, a leader that's more understanding now that I've read and understand the concepts better. I think I'm a leader that's excited to take what I've learned and utilize it into the city and into my family and my daily life. And I'm also a leader who is prepared to mentor to ensure that when my time is up, that there is someone who is prepared to take the reins and to lead this city into a prosperous future. Last but not least, the question is, as a leader, where do you go from here? What do you need to do to continue your journey? So where do I go from here? I currently, as of January, will have 1 year left on this term. After that's up, then in January of 2024, I will have to announce if whether or not I'd like to run again for another 3-year term. So where do I go from here is thinking about what all I've learned. Am I ready to make that decision to do this one more time? I've been involved in city government since 2014, and I'm happily married to my beautiful wife, Trisha, and I have 4 wonderful children with one on the way. And so with that being said, it's kind of like just got to make the decision to make sure I'm doing what's best, both for my family, but to also follow what God has intended for me in this journey. So I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to utilize the things that I've learned. I'm ready to hopefully make an impact and a difference in people's lives. At the end of the day, it's not about legislation or laws or ordinances or rules or things of that nature. It's about doing our best to serve the people, doing our best to ensure that we're making the city better than it was the day before. And we want to make ourselves sustainable, profitable, but most importantly, positive in a way that families feel welcome, that we bring people back together, that family members are reunited. And that's what makes this city great. That's what makes this state great and this country great, is that we have got to continue to work on being a family once again and to put God first in all that we do. So going from here, that's what I'm going to focus on, is doing what's best for me and my family, and also leading the city in a direction that is positive, uplifting, that is ethical, and making sure that we're continuing to push diversity and inclusion in every step so that we utilize as many positive opinions or biases to find out how we can do better than we were the day before. So thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I am super excited to be close to graduating. I can't wait to walk across that stage with my fellow brothers and sisters who are in this program. And I tell you, it truly is a blessing, because at 42 years old, I've had an associate's degree, but I never finished my bachelor's. And so here I am 21 years later, taking that step to finally finish a degree plan that I've wanted for so long. So thank you to all the staff. Thank you to Tara Thompson and to every professor, Miss Mary Hendricks in Capstone 2, Miss Kristen Bennett in Capstone 1, and all of the others, Elizabeth Bailey and Mr. Jason Douglas and several others that I can't remember at this time. But I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you, because you've blessed my life, and I look forward to seeing what God has in store for me and my family and for the future of this municipality. Have a blessed day.